everybody, it's Deb here with Creative Life. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day today. And today, y'all, I have a fun card project we're going to be doing using the Trace Jolie September card making kit. If you haven't seen this kit, you'll want to go check it out over at the shop. And I do have a link below to the kit and in the description section. And yeah, so you guys, this is really a neat kit. Fun way to make cards, super simple. And especially because when you get the cards, you get them, some of them are already perforated. So all you have to do is just pick these off, punch these out, and put them on a card, and you're ready to go. Add your sentiment, and you're good. So if you want a quick card, this is the way to go. And I absolutely love these. So today we're going to be doing 4 cards, I believe, using this set that are going to be super simple, but we're going to add just a few other techniques to them to make them look like you've spent hours on these cards. So I hope you guys are getting ready for some fun. You get this ribbon. We're going to be using some of these, or this lace, not ribbon. And yeah, and then you get some cardstock with this. You can use other flowers or other items that you have in your stash or from past kits to coordinate with this card kit. So let's go ahead and get started. To start our card off, you're going to go ahead and grab the cardstock that's in the kit that is 8 1/4 by 11 3/4. Then you're going to score it at 5. Next, you're going to go ahead and cut off that, I think it's about 2 inches that's on the end of that. You're going to cut that off, and then we're going to cut this piece down, and it's going to measure a card that is 5 by 5 when folded. Okay, so you're going to cut this down to 5 by 5. All right, next, you're going to have 2 cards. One is going to be 5 by 5 and the other one is going to be 3 1/4 by 5. And you're going to go ahead and put those aside. Next, you're going to grab a panel from one of the cut apart sheets that's square, and you're going to cut that image into 3 separate parts. The first part you're going to cut is 1 3/8 by 4. So 2 of your images are going to be, or 2 of the panels will be 1 3/8 by 4, and then the last one will be a little bit smaller, but that's okay. Don't worry about that. Next, you're going to cut a back panel to go ahead and layer this. And the layered panel that is going to be on the back of the main panel is 1 1/2 by 4 1/8, okay? And again, you'll have to cut the other panel a little smaller just because that one is a little bit smaller, but like I said, it all works out fine. Then on the back of these panels, I did layer these 3 times. So on the back of that, I have another panel that is gold foil, and that is 1 5/8 by 4 1/4. Next, I went ahead and cut 2 panels to layer on top of the card. The gold panel is 4 7/8 by 4 7/8, and this green patterned paper that comes in the kit is 4 3/4 by 4 3/4, and you're just going to go ahead and adhere those together. Once those are adhered together, you're going to go ahead and you're going to just burnish those down really good. And you're going to go ahead and lay that panel on top of your card. So here I am. I'm just laying that down and making sure that it's, a little straight. Straighten that out a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and burnish that down. Make sure it's good to go. So again, you're just going to go ahead and cut your panels. And you don't have to use the gold foil paper. You can use whatever cardstock you have on hand. I just chose gold because it went with the pattern paper. So now you're going to go ahead and put all of your layers together for your panels. So this is going to be your front of your, it's going to be the main focal image of your card, and you're going to go ahead and put those together. Next, I went ahead and once all three panels were placed together, I put foam tape on the back of each of these panels. And again, you don't have to if you don't want to. I did it because I love the raised look. But if you want to just go ahead and lay those down, you are more than welcome to do that. It's totally up to you. So whatever you want to do is however you want your card to look. So I went ahead after I placed the foam tape on there, I put the first one down to the edge, and I don't know it. I don't know the measurement of that of how high up I went. I want to say probably maybe 1/8 of an inch or close to 1/2 an inch maybe. I did go ahead and grab my ruler, and the ruler does help you so you lay your panel straight. So here I just placed a ruler on the end of that first panel, placed my second panel on the other side, on the right side. Make sure that you have the correct image that you're placing down, because otherwise it may not look right because you have different panels. So make sure you have the right image when you lay these down. So next, I'm just going to go ahead and place that middle piece on and just kind of match that up right in between those other two panels. And there you go, y'all. So it looks like you spent a lot of time on this simple, fast, fun card. Okay, so next you're going to grab that small card that was the leftover from when we cut our 5x5 card, and you're going to go ahead and cut your front panels and go ahead and adhere it down. Next, grab one of the images from the cut apart sheet that you've got for your card fronts. Grab either a sheet of double back tape, or if you have like a large 2-inch tape or 3 or 4-inch, that you're going to cover the front with that tape. Okay, now I know this seems scary, but we're going to do a glitter technique on this. And so this is really fun technique if you want to dress up an image or, do anything, really something different to the front of your card. And here I'm using my double back tape, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut off the excess of this tape real quick. And I'm just going to leave that to the side, and then we're going to cut off this bottom part. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to burnish the top of where you laid down the double back tape, and you're going to burnish that down really good. Next, you're going to remove the double back tape. You're going to lay that down and sprinkle your micro fine glitter. Now, you want to use a fine glitter. You don't want to use a chunky glitter. The chunky glitter will not show the image as well as a micro fine glitter. So if you have micro fine glitter, that's what you want to use. And I'm using just it's actually by Elizabeth's Craft Designs, and it's a warm diamond color. Once you get your glitter on top of your card, you're going to go ahead and grab a cloth and just wipe that off, okay? And just keep wiping it until the image comes through the way that you want it to. And then next, because I like to pop up my images, I went ahead and grabbed some foam tape. And I am going to place this down on the back of the image. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to adhere this on top of our card. Now, one thing that I wish that I would have done, you can definitely use your dies and create a frame for on top of this. image, if you wanted to frame it, you can make this card bigger or, however you want to do. You can make it, way bigger, 5 by 5. You can do, 6 by 6, whatever you want to do. And you can use this technique for any image you want. Next, I grabbed the wooden leaves that come in the card kit, and I went ahead and just inked it up with some green ink. And then I came back in with some clear embossing powder and just kind of rubbed that all over. And I am going to emboss that ink on top of there, just so that way it doesn't get on your hands or anything and rub off. Next, I'm going to go ahead and place some glue on the back of this leaf vine, and we're going to go ahead and glue this to the top of the card. So I'm just adding it right there on top of the image. And these little leaves that are in the card kit are so stinking cute. They are so dainty, you guys. I absolutely love it. And then I turned the card around. So on the fold, I went ahead and used 1/8 of an inch tape, and I'm going to go ahead and add the beautiful lace that comes in the card kit. I'm just going to pop that right on top of that card just to give it a little bit more of a, feminine look. I just thought that that was so pretty, and I didn't want to not use that lace. That lace is just gorgeous. Now I placed a little sentiment on there, and that sentiment is from a past card kit using that stamp set. Okay, so to start off with, you're going to grab the cardstock that's in the kit and cut it down to 10 inches by 5 and score at 5. You're going to fold that in half, and then whatever cardstock you want to mat with is totally up to you. I chose red because I'm going to make this into a Christmas card. And so right now I'm gluing down the red mat on top of my white card, and then you'll see here in a minute, I have that little, up in the right-hand corner, you'll see the little image I'm using. That is one of the 4x4 cut aparts from the card kit. And I just think this is beautiful. And so you're going to go ahead and cut that 4x4 piece out, and you're going to cut it in half along with a mat that is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. You're going to cut that in half, and you're going to layer them like this, okay? And this is going to be a really fast and easy card that you can do in minutes. Now, if you want to add a third layer on this, or the second layer on it, to the back of the red cardstock or whatever cardstock you're using, you are more than welcome to do that. I just used these 2 layers for the top of my card. Of course, I did not add foam tape to this one. I wanted it to just go ahead and lay flat, really easy for mailing. You don't have to worry about a really thick, card to mail out. So next, I'm going to use one of the pattern papers from the card kit, and this is the blue one, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And so I went ahead and cut out the music notes part, because the back of the image is blue and it says December 1st, I believe. And so I thought this would make a really nice Christmas card. And so I went ahead and I layered them on like that. They're not glued down yet, but that's exactly what we're kind of aiming for, is something to that effect. So next we're going to go ahead and glue these down. So when you're gluing these down, you want to make sure that you glue down all the ends so they don't lift up, and then burnish down, so they stick down really nice. And if you want to add foam tape, you are more than welcome to. I thought it would look really nice with foam tape, but I'm trying to not gear away from foam tape because I love it so much. But I thought, for mailing purposes, it's really nice to just kind of have a little bit of foam tape on the sentiment, which I went ahead and added later. So now you're done, and we are on to our 4th and final card. How pretty is that? Okay, so for our final card, you're going to go ahead and take the paper or the cut aparts that have the gold foil that is bordered around these, images, and you're going to cut off the top one. I ended up using the bottom image instead. I just had more cardstock that actually kind of went with that one, but I took this one out of the middle of this frame. Okay, because we're going to go ahead and use this frame, and then I'm going to go ahead and kind of cut down this frame and just to make it even. Okay, now I don't have a whole lot of room there. You can see how thin it is, but you can definitely hide your foam tape when we pop this up with flowers, or if you have, anything that you want to add to your card, you can definitely hide your foam tape with that. Now all the other way around that frame is great. Now your card is actually going to be cut at 10 by 6.5. You're going to score at 5, and then you're going to go ahead and cut your mats down to the front of the card. My mat for the front of the card is 4 7/8 by 6 3/8. So I went ahead and chose this pretty green embossed paper that was in my stash. And so I went ahead and matted that down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our foam tape to the frame. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and start placing the foam tape on the back of the frame. And again, you just want to go ahead and place your foam tape on the edges, okay? And then again, just wanted to point out that that little piece to the right there, okay, it does not have very much room. Now, the little strips that I'm using kind of cover it a little bit. You can't really see the foam tape too much. But if you have a larger, thicker foam tape, then you can definitely add some flowers down below. And I went ahead and did that, and I'll show you here in a bit. So here is what I intended my card to look like, okay? And that is the outcome that I kind of want. And then here I'm getting my 1/8 inch double back tape, placing that on the fold there, okay? Because we're going to go ahead and use that beautiful lace that comes in the kit again. And I just love that lace. It is so pretty. It's my favorite. I love it because it's small and dainty, and I love dainty things. So next, we're going to go ahead, and I decided to go ahead and place a second row of the foam tape on the other layer that I had on there. And this is so that way I would get more of a little bit of a rise from that. So that way it, it just looks better. And so not that it doesn't with one layer of foam tape, but with two foam tapes, you just get more of a height that I was looking for. So here I'm just going to go ahead and place that down, and yeah, so then after I do this, I'm going to go ahead and bring over the little image. Okay, I'm going to take off the backing of all these, and then we're going to place that on our card because I want to be sure that that is going to work. So, and it does. It looks like what I want it to look like. And so I went ahead and placed the image down first, okay? And I'm just grabbing my glue and I'm going to glue that down on top of the card, and I'm just kind of placing it in the middle, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring the little frame over, and I'm going to place the small piece up on top. Now you really can't notice the difference between the top, I mean, you can if you really look at it, but I think it looks good either way. So I decided to go ahead and add some flowers on here, and I grabbed some of the flowers that were from the card kit, or no, I'm sorry, they are from the scrapbook kit, and then I went ahead and used some little uh, adhesive dots to place those down. Then I brought in some little red flowers that I had in my stash, and I thought those would look really nice on this card. So again, I'm just using my little adhesive dots, and I'm placing those on the back of the flowers, and I'm going to go ahead and place those down. So I think this card turned out really nice. It really is nice to get to utilize everything that you get in the kit, including the frames. And so I thought this was one way that you can incorporate something really nice on a card and give it to somebody. And I just thought that that would be really fun to do.
Okay, so we are done with our cards, y'all, and they turned out so cool. So we did a few little techniques here that you can use with these cards, or you can use with any type of images that you get with your card kit. And you can definitely use these little ones to create something like this. And I just think that this looks so stinking cool, so pretty and elegant. And of course I made it into a little tiny card, but you can make it into a larger card if you want to. You can even add a frame around it if you wanted. You know, definitely add your special touch to it. And for the sentiments on all the cards, I used the stamp collection that we got from one of the past kits, and I'll see if that's still available. If it is, I'll put the link down below to this kit that has the stamp collection in it. It's by Uniquely Creative, and it gives an array of different sentiments inside, as you can see. And we've got thank you, Merry Christmas, get well soon, happy birthday, and there's a ton more. So yeah, so and then we used the little lace up here. We used some of the little crystals that we got from the scrapbook kit. The little board, I just went ahead and I inked up with some green ink, and then I embossed some clear embossing powder on top of it, so that way it wouldn't you know get on any fingers or anything. So yeah, so did that. And then here on this one we did a 3-panel card where we cut the image in 3 different so, it's not 3 different sizes, same size, but we cut 3 panels. And then we papered it in the back, lifted it up with some foam tape, and then put 3 of the crystals here, put get well soon. And then on the inside, I just used some of the leftover scraps to decorate the inside. I think that turned out so cool. I really like how that turned out. This one we kind of did the same thing, but we actually cut our panel in a slant. So then we went ahead and grabbed some red paper, cardstock, and added that behind the image, and then just glued it all down. And y'all, this is an awesome card for Christmas, and I just thought that this was so, so pretty. I went ahead and embossed Merry Christmas on here, and I just thought that that was so pretty. And it says December 21st, and so I thought that was a really good, a Christmas front for the card. So then this one here, I went ahead and cut. This panel is actually from what was holding this little guy here, this little flower image. And so we cut this out, placed some foam tape behind it. Now add 2 layers of foam tape behind this little panel here, and then raise so it would raise up kind of high. Okay, and then we added some flowers, and I added a happy birthday stamp that's embossed, and then I actually added the little butterfly is from the mixed media kit. So that is really neat. I really like that. And then here we added the lace, and I added my own paper on the front And then on the inside, I didn't decorate it, but you can decorate yours however you want. If you decorate your card, some people don't decorate it, or they may like stamp a little something, on the bottom corner or whatever. So it's totally up to you. You could always cut your panels if you wanted. You could always cut out the little rows and then, stick it down here. That would be really nice. You could definitely use your panels in different ways, however you want to do it. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's tutorial and got some inspiration from these cards. And so if you have the card kit or any past kits, you could definitely use any of these techniques. So thank you so much for joining me. Take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Thanks for joining me today. Head on over to Trace Jolie to check out their shop, and please like, subscribe, and comment. And come join me for Friday night live shows, Friday night at 4:30 p.m. Central Time.